My next guest, she has a awesome platform called BGR Headquarters, and she hits people with knowledge, facts, every single day. Every single day. She's very, very consistent with her content, and she's just an awesome all-around person. Without further ado, Angel Love, are you on the phone with me? Angel Love, hold on 1 second. Angel Love, are you here?
Yes, I am. Good evening. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, awesome. So we're talking to Angel Love of BGR Headquarters. Can you tell them a little bit, before we go in on the subject, I want them to know a little bit about BGR Headquarters, about Angel Love, and how you came up with that social media platform.
Wow. Okay. So right out the gate. So BGR Headquarters was nothing that I even imagined or thought I would be doing. BGR Headquarters was birthed out of another platform. So I ran a fan page for a content creator. I actually ran all their social media platforms, TikTok, Twitter, everything. And they no longer wanted to work with me. And they wanted me to dismantle the fan page. And so instead of doing that, I just decided to turn it into a Black grassroots headquarters as opposed to just throwing it away and not giving the people another outlet, because they did not have another platform that the people can follow. And so I just said, okay, well, you go your way, I'll stay here, and I'll just rebrand it. And that's how the BGR Headquarters was birthed.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, yeah, that sounds good. But I know you are definitely doing your thing. I see you're consistent with it. You know, you're always giving out the facts, what happened on this day in Black history and things of that nature. And that's very commendable, you know, just to keep on consistently giving people those facts. We're going in, we're talking about this Black and Brown Alliance, or lack thereof, I should say. And so what did you think about the whole thing with Nori Martinez and the LA City Council thing? Because I want to really go in on that.
Yes. So I believe that this isn't just one-off. These things happen all the time. They happen throughout history. It's very consistent. We don't have any friends, no new friends. No one is our ally. We are all that we have. We all we got. That's the hashtag I use sometimes on Twitter because it's true. I believe that the brown people or the Brown Coalition uses the Black people to consider themselves as a minority and to get legislation passed specifically for themselves, but nothing for us. I personally consider brown people in the same category as I consider white people. I look at them the same because they just are the same. And the reason why I say that specifically is back when Dr. Martin Luther King was murdered, April 4th of 1969, this is during the time of the Black Panther Party. And Fred Hampton, who was living in Chicago at the time, they were so upset and outraged due to the fact that Dr. Martin Luther King had just got murdered. They felt that they needed allies. They felt that they needed other people to help in their plight against white supremacy. So he created, along with others, the Rainbow Coalition. The Rainbow Coalition included Puerto Rican street gang called the Young Lords, and also white people that were like, they considered the bottom barrel, like slums. They actually used the word slums according to NBC.com. And so they felt that they would be stronger to join forces with these Puerto Rican and white people to fight against white supremacy. But what ended up happening, in my opinion, is this was the beginning of the end, because as we know, the Black Panther Party was infiltrated by COINTELPRO. One of the people involved in COINTELPRO was a Latino man who was in direct contact with Fred Hampton. He was giving information to the CIA and government on everything that party was doing. So again, this is just another example in history why we have no friends.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it just shows a lot. Now there's a lot of talk about reparations. That's another thing that, FBA heavily speaks on. A lot of foundational Black Americans heavily speak on reparations. Do you think that's going to happen, one, and do you think that reparations is enough?
So I'm going to answer this in a two-part answer. So do I believe in reparations? Absolutely. And I'm not Muslim, and I don't speak on behalf of Muslims. However, I do respect, honor, and follow the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he has an older video, and he says it's called Add It Up. And so it's basically saying, what do we charge America for everything that they've done to us? And he literally goes through a laundry list of all the things that has happened to Black Americans. And he says, at the end of the day, and obviously I'm paraphrasing, but he says, at the end of the day, when you tally it all up and you add it up, you owe us the whole damn country. So on the lines of that, absolutely I believe in reparations. But I believe that reparations is a starting point because all of our issues can be tied to one thing, and that is economic disparity. What is it? Disparity? I forgot how you say the word. But anyways, we don't have no money. That's what it all boils down to. That's why crimes are committed. That's why we take these jobs that aren't paying us enough. Like, this is the reason why we need everything. So it is a start. And I also believe that once reparations is gotten, then that will enable us to separate from them and enable us to have banks to lend to each other, help each other build businesses, have hospitals and doctors' offices, because now we have resources and finances to do this. So it is definitely a start. So that's number one. Do I believe that we're going to get reparations? Not with what they're doing, because a rally in Washington ain't doing nothing. It's a meet and greet. What are we doing? Why are we rallying in these places? We need politicians that's in Congress, that's in the Senate, that's in, the White House to actually get this legislation passed. If we don't have politicians or lobbyists that can actually take this in front of the president or in front of the Senate to pass the bill, we're just in the streets doing what they did in 1960. What is it going to do?
Yeah, I hear you.